Please, whoever knows Tinubu, please tell him these young soldiers, they will yeye him. Oh. They will just embarrass him. You know, they have already embarrassed Nigeria enough. They have already started calling him Ebola Tinubu. And you should think back. These are young soldiers. They are not old men, no. They are not the likes of Ouattara. They are not the likes of you. They will embarrass us. Oh. The embarrassment that we have is sufficient already. Don't add to it. You know that we don't have air defense system. These relics of MiG-21 and the other so-called air defense that we have, you know, they are not air defense against missiles. So there's a difference between air missile defense system against plane, old generation, first generation plane, and new generation hypersonic missiles. There's a difference. So we don't have any missile defense system. Oh. It's only helicopter and jet air defense system that we have. Oh, and they are very, very old. We don't have air defense system. Oh. If these young boys that are trained by America, which is a fact that you should actually consider very, very seriously, Mali soldiers, Burkina Faso soldiers, Guinea soldiers, and now Niger soldiers, all these people you are calling coup plotters, they were trained by the United States of America. And add on top of that, they are now being backed by a Wagner group of Russia. Please and please and please think. Don't let anybody deceive you into taking Nigeria into war. There are killings in Plateau now. You have not taken care of that. Terrorism within the shores of Nigeria. We have our hands full already. Don't let the US and France push you into war with our own brothers. Oh. And don't forget that these guys are young. Remember when our own soldiers still were young, when they were doing their own coup in the 1960s. Their head, they know they think the way they think. Oh, I advise you, Tinubu, please and please respect your age and respect Nigeria as a country. And respect the fact that we are West African people. Respect the wishes of the Nigerian people. And just do the respectable thing now. Look for a way to save face. This standby force that you have activated, these young soldiers will embarrass us. So don't forget that they are US trained. I'm saying my own now. Don't forget that they are US trained. And by the way, don't think that by taking Nigeria to war, it will save you from the outcome of the presidential elections tribunal or the outcome of the presidential elections tribunal. It will not save you. Because you have seen now, ECOWAS has made it clear. It is ECOWAS that is activating standby force. So even if ECOWAS does invade or intervenes militarily in Niger, it will not give you the power that people are telling you you will have to postpone elections should the tribunal nullify your election. No, it will not. So rather than waste our energy to take Nigeria into war with our neighboring country Niger, with whom we have relations, please, please, do the respectable thing and save face. Don't let these Western powers, they will just embarrass you. If America or France is promising you anything, it's a lie. Yo. These people have a very, very terrible track record of helping people destroy themselves. Look at what they are doing to Ukraine. Oh. Look at what they did in Afghanistan. Look at what they did in Vietnam. Look at what they even did to us, even in our own Biafran war. Please, oh, don't let America and France, don't let them push you to push Nigeria into war. These young soldiers, their head not correct. Oh, I'm saying it again. They will just embarrass us. Oh, add salt to injury. Oh, I'm saying my own now. Respect yourself and just do the right thing. Respect the rule of law in Nigeria. Respect these doctrines of separation of power. Because come to think about it, it is you people who engage in institutional coup that makes military coup inevitable. I said it here, that those who make peaceful change impossible make violent ones inevitable. Look at Cote d'Ivoire now. That was brought in by intervention. Ouattara has been there now for 13 years. Abba now waiting at 81. Look at Cameroon. Then you now, and even when you guys rig your way into power, you're not even doing and ruling your countries to the benefits of your people. You sell yourselves to the foreigners, to the IMF and the World Bank, and you impoverish your countries. And then you now complain about military coup. How about the institutional coups that have been happening? Look at what happened in the Nigerian election. Which face are you going to use to face the Niger coup leaders to say they engaged in coup? What we saw here in the 2023 election, is it not a coup? Grab it, snatch it, and run with it. Is that not coup? Is that not? Why will ECOWAS not condemn institutional coup, electoral coup? Why will ECOWAS not condemn them? And it is military coup. A military coup that is now looking to be accepted by the Nigerian people. So leave them all. By the way, we are not manufacturers of any weapons. So if we go to war, like you are being pushed to go to war now, the weapons you will use, guess who you will buy them from? From US, from France, from Britain, from China, from Turkey, from India. And when you spend money so you don't have to buy those military equipment, guess what you're doing? You're exporting jobs to them, jobs we don't have here, and impoverishing Nigerians. So think. These things that these world powers are doing, that America is doing, is how they overthrew Europe. That's how they stole Europe. That's how they stole the world. Now they want to bring it to Africa. They destroyed Ukraine with that strategy. Look at what is happening in Ukraine. The same Russia and America, they are the ones destroying Ukraine now. None of the Americans have died though. It is the Ukrainians that are dying. Don't take Nigeria to war. We don't have the military might. We don't have it. Your small military power, you may think it is over and above that of Niger, but we still don't have the military resources to engage in prolonged war, which can happen if the Nigerian coup leaders go gorilla on you. So please respect yourself. Don't let these young soldiers embarrass you on top of embarrassing Nigeria. And of course, learn from this. Learn the simple lesson of the fact that you should respect the rule of law. Respect the rule of law. This thing that you have done with the National Assembly, with the legislature, that you have bought them over. They are dancing to your tune. Whatever you tell them is what they do. Please, don't try it with the judiciary. We are hearing that you are making some attempt, but please let it be in the realm of rumor. Because Nigerians will revolt. Don't think that you have guns. When push comes to shove, your guns will not be, they will not be effective. It is getting to that point now where people are no longer afraid. They are quietly watching and waiting to see what happens at the tribunal. Don't take it for granted. Don't take it for granted. And by the way, like I will always say, these leaders of Africa, they continue to do what they do because they have opportunity to do conflict of interest. All of these leaders are not engaging in developing their countries because they can simply go out to France, they can simply go out to Britain, they can simply go out to US for medical care, for education, to buy properties with the stolen wealth of their countries. That's conflict of interest. So long as Tinubu and his ministers and Akpabio can travel out of Nigeria for medical care, as long as they and their family can send their children abroad for medical care, our educational system in Nigeria will not work. Our health system in Nigeria will not work. Infrastructure will not work. Corruption will continue to grow because they can hide this money abroad. And the IMF and the World Bank will not talk because it favors them. Of course, that's why they set it up in the first place. That's why they created and instituted this whole corruption thing. So please, for us to solve this problem, what we really need to do is to institutionalize a ban for public officials, for government workers. Ban them from being able to send their children and themselves abroad for medical care. Ban them from being able to send themselves and their family members and their close friends abroad for education. Ban them from being able to buy properties abroad or saving money abroad. Once we do these three things and add on top of that creating a social welfare law like they have in America, where they spend 17% of their budget annually on social welfare. By the time we do that and we add a fifth one, create a law that will enable startups that is easily implementable. Once we do these 5 laws, Nigeria will change in 6 months. If we don't ban these politicians, if we don't make it illegal for politicians to store money abroad, to buy properties abroad, like Festus Keyamo is doing, like they are all doing, if we don't ban them from traveling abroad for medical treatment, if we don't ban them from traveling abroad to get education for themselves and their children, if we don't, Nigeria will never change. And we will never be able to break free from the influence of the IMF and the World Bank. So join in. Check the description. We must create these laws. We must force the National Assembly to enact these 5 laws. Nigeria will be better. We will take it back. We will take it back.